G'day, g'day, g'day. So glad you're joining me on the Essential Oil Science Series adventure. This is video number 1. So I don't have an experiment to go over from last week, so I'm just going to jump straight into explaining what this week's experiment is so you guys can get started. You don't have to sit around listening to me. But first, I just wanted to point out that I'm sitting in front of a beautiful example of a tea tree. That's where doTERRA gets its melaleuca oil from. Here's one of these are the leaves of the tea tree, tiny little things. So just like the eucalyptus tree that I was sitting in front of last week, the tea tree oil is locked up inside of the leaves. Here's a eucalyptus leaf. So for those of you who have access to a eucalyptus tree, you can do this at home. This is not clear at all, but see those tiny little dots? Those are little clear / yellow dots inside the leaves where the oils are contained. So you can try doing this. You won't smell any oil. It's not until you crush the leaf and break open those little vesicles inside the leaf that you're going to get some smell any oil. It's the same with the tea tree. Right, so this week's experiment, as I said last week, it is all about carrier oils. So we're going to start with the theory. You may have heard this already. Wouldn't be surprised if you have. If this is the surface of your arm, you put a drop of essential oil on top of it. It contains these tiny little molecules, small compounds. These are volatile, meaning that a significant amount of this oil is going to exist in the atmosphere around the oil. So a lot of it escapes from the surface of this oil. The surface tension isn't so high, so these guys are free to escape. It's volatile. What does a carrier oil do? How does it change things? Well, if you take that same drop of oil and this time it's surrounded by a carrier oil, carrier oils tend to be heavier molecules, fatty acids or lipids, and these have strong bonds between them, so there's a high surface tension, and these guys kind of lock the essential oil inside. So fewer of your essential oil compounds escape the surface of this oil drop that's been mixed with the carrier oil. That's the theory. That's the theory. So we're going to do a really straightforward experiment involving carrier oils to try to figure out what they do in practice, not just theory. So here's left arm, and here's the right arm. This is the inside of the arm. Hoping your arms look better than those. If not, won't hold it against you. So take a drop of oil, let's say lemon oil. It's just straight up essential oil. Put it on your left arm or your right, whatever you decide. On the opposite arm, you're going to put a drop of oil. This time add some carrier oil and mix it all together. So you got a mix of essential oil and carrier oil on your other arm. And it's fairly straightforward. Then you're just going to be smelling your two arms. You may look like a freak, but you just tell people it's for science. They'll understand. You're going to make yourself a table. Love tables. It's a scientist thing. Where you'll be recording your impressions of your left and right arm, comparisons and differences. You'll start at time 0. This is straight after you've put the oils on. You might note that the left arm smells stronger, or something like that, or that it has a different kind of smell to the other arm, and you might try to describe that smell. So then you'll come back 5 minutes later to your arms, which should already be there with you, and smell them again. Again, take note. Maybe 10 minutes, take note. 30 minutes, and then I would probably extend it out to every hour or every couple of hours, depending how long the smell hangs around. So this might be 1 hour, and then 2 hours, and so on and so on. Just note, I tried this with tangerine oil, and I tried it with myrrh. Even the tangerine hung around for about 10 hours, so I could still smell it 10 hours later. So just take note, once you start this, you're in for the long haul. So you should begin in the morning. Make sure the oil isn't too close to your wrist, because your wrists tend to get rubbed on sleeves and other things like that. So put it a little further up your arm, because this is going to be on there for a long time, and you don't want anything interfering with your results. So that's it. That's basically it. Once you've done this, record your results down below in the comments section. Tell me what oil you used and what you found with that oil. So just add some notes in relation to that oil. You may want to try it a second time, because I got different results for tangerine than I did for myrrh. So good to try this a couple of times. I really look forward to hearing your results. I'll see you next week.